at Stevie Wonder, Superstition, and this is a really fun tune to play. It's super easy because we're just using the black keys, and I'll dive straight into it. So, I mean, this is really based around the E flat minor pentatonic scale, and if you're not familiar with that, it's a really nice scale to work with, because you can just, it's all the black keys. It's super easy to remember. And at the beginning, I would recommend just like trying to have a little play around with it, just with like 5 fingers, and just see if you can kind of do each finger, starting on the E flat, like this. And often when I first show people how to play this song, I get them to put fingers out and copy, so parallel motion, but both hands are on the same keys. And then I get people to kind of just enjoy the feeling of that and the sound of it. And if you get a funky backing track on, you can kind of just jam around and come up with some ideas. And there's a really fun scale to use. Anyway, to play it, I'm going to show you a simple way first, which is using 2 hands in this position. And then I'm going to show you another way you can play it, where you kind of use a different hand position. And then I'm going to show you a way to play it with one hand driving the kind of bass notes, okay? So here's the first way to play it, and this is a simple way. So both hands laid out like this, E flat. Super easy to get our hands in that position, okay? Each finger is matching. And what you're going to do is play this. Okay, how did I do that? It was super easy. So we're starting with the left hand, we're going E flat, finger 5. Then you're going to E flat, finger 1 in the right hand. So that's the octave, going up an octave. We're then jumping to the left hand, doing our finger 1, which is on D flat. And that's what we call our flat 7. Then I go back to the octave. Bum, bum, ba, da, yum, ba, da, da, da. We go higher. Bum, ba, da, 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 da. Bum, 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 ba, da, ba, da. We actually end with the octave note there. Flat 7, octave. Okay? Bum, 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 bum. This note here, by the way, is our minor third. We call this the minor third. Minor third, 7th octave. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so that's the part 1. Then we're going finger 3, finger 2, finger 1, finger 1 in the right hand, finger 2. So this is literally walking all the way up the scale. And we're going to end it with this. So the same little ending we had on part 1. So here's part 1. Then walk up the scale for part 2. And end with the same little phrase. Bum, bum, ba, da, da, bum, ba, ba. Okay? So we should have part 1, part 2. So both very similar. Now that is a really easy, accessible way to get into the song. We don't have to think too much about hand position and all the rest. And there we go, that is Superstition. If you want to play it a little bit more, like in a more, I guess you could say, a more standard hand position, then you're going to look at doing something like this. So the left hand in this other position is going to be, finger 5 on E flat, finger 2 on, finger 3 on G flat, finger 2 on A flat, and finger 1 on B flat. And the right hand is going to be finger 2 on D flat, finger 3 on E flat, okay? Okay, so this is the other hand position you can do, which is quite common for this song. Sorry. So here we go. You play it again, the same idea. So we're going root, octave, flat 7, up to the minor third. Okay, part 1. So really it's all the same notes. You just got to have a different, your fingers are in a different place, okay? And this is quite a good way to learn if you then want to go into the other way of playing it. So that the slightly, the more driving way to play it, which is where the bass is often repeated like this. And the right hand then deals with okay, so this is very different. You need a driving left hand, and what I'd recommend is just get that going on its own, just bouncing that ball. Okay, and then you got to try and get this, just that little phrase. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. So yeah, you're gonna find little bits. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 yeah. So that's kind of what we've got going on, and this is a good hand position. Because then that's part 1, and then you're going to drop your thumb. And this here, what did I do? I spread all my 5 fingers. Finger 2, finger 3. All right. So if you can put part 1 and part 2 together, hopefully it sounds like that. I'll play it a few times and you can try and see if you can play along with me. I'll go a little bit slower. 1, 2, ready and I hope that helped. I didn't dive into the chords. I didn't dive into the other section of the song, but it's just the riff. I just want you to have a little go and see if you can get that riff down. And that's yeah, that's the tutorial. Just this intro riff. And this riff does actually get played through most of the verse and certainly the intro. Yeah, and it's very iconic. So I hope that's helped. And yeah, see you next time. Thank you.